cars, start your engines! Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Tonight we are with the vets and first responders here at Kentucky Speedway. I'm Andy Shaner. Alongside tonight we have Jay Downham, and Jay's been getting over a little cold, so give him a little bit of break, guys. But welcome, Jay. How you doing tonight?
You hanging out, just waiting for these guys to go get some racing done here in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's I'm excited to be back up at the booth. I had been away for a couple weeks now, and was on a little bit of a mini vacay, visiting family last week. Almost got stuck in that snowstorm, but I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be watching these vets and first responders tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's good. Glad to have somebody back in the booth with me here. The last couple of weeks have been kind of lonely, talking to voices in my head, so I can actually talk to somebody, and we'll have a little bit more fun tonight. So I'm glad to have you back, and welcome back. And I'm excited about wrapping this up here. There's there are 3 races left.
3 races left in the season, yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what's left on the schedule, but I know points are tight. And it's going to be exciting. You know, you got Devin Zimmerman, Ethan Thompson, Ryan Shelton. Doesn't seem to be... who we missing tonight that's up there? We are missing.
Personally, I don't see that we have. Well, actually, I did do a little bit of research tonight before this race to kind of bring it up, and we have 2 races left. There's Bristol next week, and then we wrap it up in Atlanta on the 7th.
Oh, and those will be exciting. Those will be exciting. And, of course, I don't think we're going to have the new scan of Atlanta yet, but, boy, when you get that thing going, if you put that on a new season, that's going to be a whole new another super speedway for these guys to go around.
Yeah, it's going to be another learning curve for everybody, I believe. That new configuration that they got, they made it steeper, they made it smoother, and they made it faster. So everybody watched a little bit of testing from there, and they're saying that it's like a miniature Daytona, but with a tighter turn. So you got a tighter turn and radius, but it's like a mini Daytona.
That's right. It's going to be exciting. Let me get a few things out of the way, and we'll talk about tonight's race here. Jay, if you don't mind, first up, riding along with us tonight, we got Back Charities. If you haven't seen it, you don't know about it, Back Charities will be hosting the Iconic Series coming up here shortly. That will start in February. The Iconic Series is 9 different real-world races, full-length races, full rules, a ton of fun. Going to kick it off in February with the Daytona 500. There is a Triple Crown event involved in this. The Daytona 500, the Indy 500, and the All-American 400 are the Triple Crown events. We'll have to wait and see if somebody can pick up that Triple Crown trophy. If you're interested and would like to sign up for that, head over to www.backcharities.com/iconic. You can register and make your donation to join. Next up, Jay, you want to take this one? We got B&B Wraps.
B&B Wraps for all your wrapping needs, from coffee cups to semi-trucks. B&B Wraps will handle anything that you need to get wrapped, and I believe that they do provide the trophy for this event. It's a piece of wood commemorating these guys' victory over their fellow competitors. So B&B Wraps, glad to have them aboard.
Absolutely, and that is an awesome trophy board that these guys make for these vets. I've seen them before. They're just fantastic. Jeremy over at B&B does a fantastic job. Next up, we've got McConey Setup Shop. Their setups, your victories. Of course, Jeff McConey has worked long and hard with TDR, and I am proud to say that the TDR Endurance team ran the 24-hour of Daytona over the weekend in a McConey setup and pulled a top 5 in the
Wow,
Daytona
congratulations to everybody.
24
That's
hours.
awesome.
So we thank Jeff for providing such an awesome setup for those guys to hit the track with and have a good time, but also pull that awesome top 5 spot for TDR Endurance team.
That's wonderful.
Up next, last but not least, is of course, and I'll hand this one off to you, Jay. We got Total BS.
Yeah, that's Total Business Solutions for all your business needs, from payroll management, employee benefits, insurance, anything that you need for your small business, even medium to large business. Helps you focus on your business while they take care of everything on the business end of it. So if you go to totalbusinesssolutions.ne, they'll be more than happy. Sean Risley will be more than happy to work with you on all your small business needs.
Awesome. We got that out of the way, paid our bills for the evening, and guys are hitting the track for qualifying now. We saw some really fast cars in the practice session. Guys looked really fast. Times were pretty close. The question I'm going to ask you, Jay, is that do these guys realize that Kentucky can be fast, but it will chew your tires apart?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, a few of these guys are privy to that. Maybe there are a couple that aren't, but yes, it is an older surface. It's going to basically, you're going to be fast for a little while, but then it's really going to slow off, and you're definitely going to need tires here. So that's one thing that just the conditions of the track, and as you see right there, is Chuck McDonald just lost a little bit of handle and slapped that back wall coming out of turn number 2. So it's going to be quick, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast, and it's going to definitely come down to some sort of strategy, tire strategy, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, yeah, you saw Chuck get it tight up there. It's, I see a lot of that tonight. It's one of those tracks that can run low, you can run high, but you got to depend. It's going to depend on tires. You need to go the full length. You need to be there at the end, as we've seen so many times in these races. And these vet races, for anybody new tuning in tonight, because I know I talked to a couple new people today, and if they are tuning in, thank you and welcome. Had the opportunity to have some chats with some new vet groups. Get the kind of get the word out on what TDR is doing with the veterans and Veterans and First Responders League, as well as back charities, because we've got some really good things that we want to do with vets this year. So hello to them. But I don't remember where I was going, Jay. I've completely lost my train of thought now. So where was I going?
It's okay, because we can bring that back to whenever you pick it up back in your head. I knew I did that a few times last week, so I understand that. So I'm here. I can help you out. So at least you're not talking to yourself and trying to figure that out.
I was going somewhere with it, and then I wanted to make sure that I gave a shout out to these new people if they are tuning in with us tonight, and then I completely lost what I was originally talking about. So I'm gonna have to learn how to be back in the booth, I suppose.
That's okay. A couple weeks off. It happens. It's all right. You'll get back in the hang of things. You're swinging things here very quickly. So we have Andrew Bisnap back on track. He's been missing. He was out for training, and glad to see Andrew back out on track after a few weeks absence. So there's Andrew in the number 1 machine. He really, before he left, he was hanging out in about top 5, top 10. Is where you'd normally find him. Since his absence, he fell back to 12th in points, so he's got a little bit of work to do on him, but it's glad to see him back out there and racing with us again.
There you see Jeremy out on track as well. Real quick, I'll take some shout outs to the chat here. Dustin and Rubiznet, who we just saw on track did chime in before he took out for qualifying. Clugs the Ferner Striker. Striker, I'm sorry you're not racing with us tonight. We miss you out on the track. Um, and anybody else who's out there, chime in. I know there's more of you guys watching than what's chiming in here. So chime in. Let's say hello. Let us introduce ourselves and introduce you to the YouTube community.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Taking a look at these times other than Chuck McDonald. Looks like Ethan has not put up a time. But all the other times are pretty close. I remember what I was saying. You got to be there at the end. See how that works? My brain is just,
Gotcha.
you
It's
turn it
all
on
good.
and you turn it off, right? uh, so, what I was gonna, where I was headed is that these vets races have been so clean that you really need to take care of your equipment from the green flag. Take care of those tires. You never know how long of a green flag run we're gonna have because this series has been so clean. Very few cautions that you don't want to be caught out there on bad tires because you burn them up early.
Yeah, but there's one guy that we know that likes to save tires, and that is
out tonight
Devin Zimmerman has been
to
known to save
highlight
his
his
equipment
racing
towards the end.
career
Ryan
in
Shelton's pretty good at
Saskatoon,
saving his
first
stuff
spot
too.
was lead.
Ryan likes to go
We
off a
got
little bit
3
early,
races left
but
this
we shall see
season.
how things roll out here.
Smaller
As
field, hopefully we can
Devin, I
get
don't
those
see
numbers.
Devin up there has a qualifying time yet, so he just posted one. Okay, so the rest of the guys are now
Yeah, but
getting
look at
lined up.
that from first to fifth, a tenth, almost 2/10. I mean that's tight. Then you fall back to 3/10 in P6 there, so uh, that's tight in the top five for sure.
Yeah, definitely tight. It's going to be tight racing. The top points guys are right there at the top of the leaderboard. So, I mean, Ryan Shelton, who's been showing speed ever since he joined us back, I believe it was Charlotte, was the first time that we saw Ryan Shelton come out here. And he's been up front and, battling with these guys every week. Causey's just been on fire. Causey has 5 wins on the season. And then it was Zimmerman, who's our points leader right now. And he's only got 4 points over Ethan Thompson. So, yeah, and Ethan Thompson had a victory last week, so you never know where this thing's going to shake up. And with 2 to go, anybody who shows up in this point battle can get a little tighter than it actually is.
Yeah,
I didn't really find the points battle, so I can read the top
yeah.
20
Tell us where
points.
we're at there,
Sure.
Jay.
Devin Zimmerman's in first with 444 points. Ethan Thompson is behind him, 4 behind with 440. Sean Warab is 411. He's in our third. And fourth position is Jeremy Gaiman at 392. Fifth, Joseph Causey is 370. Chuck McDonald is in sixth with 369. Lonnie Mixon is in seventh with 334. Michael Green at 333, so he's only 1 point behind Lonnie right now. Robert Cochran with 330 in the ninth position. 10th is Corey Harrigus at 325. Nicholas Smith at 323 in 11th. Andrew Bisnet at 286 in 12th. Ryan Shelton is in our 13th position with 238. Kevin Guerre with 208 in our 14th position. Robin Pardon, 205 in the 15th. 16th spot goes to Joshua Gathright in 189. 17th, Marty Brown with 135. 18th is Ryan Walter with 128. And 19th is Jesse Elliott with 97. And then our 20th position is Curtis Gutenkopf with 84 points. So that is your top 20 in points as we head into the last 2 events.
And we're definitely missing some of those top guys tonight too. Warab, I'm a little surprised he's not here tonight. Hope everything's okay with him. Um, he's been a staple of the series, and I believe you said he's in third in points.
That's correct. He got 411. So he's got a 39 point behind oh no, less than that. 29 points behind Ethan Thompson. So, but with Jeremy Gaiman in 392, he's only he has a potential to gain on that if he has a good race tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Devin's sitting in a prime spot. in the points lead with Ethan Thompson being here, but with third place being out. And you said Ethan is in second position, correct?
Yes, he's only 4 points behind Devin. So if Ethan can pull out another victory, just hang in the top, 2, and something should happen to Devin. You never know when that bad night is ever going to come. So it could be anybody's race. And if Ethan can finish a few spots, and something should happen, even though there's 11 on the field, so he's going to gain a little bit of positions, but he could potentially take over the top spot in our points after tonight. So it's going to be fun. Much Thompson and Zimmerman kind of battle it out, and Gaiman is right there too, and Gaiman qualified in third, so he's looking pretty good going at the start of this race to close the gap even a little bit more. So you never know what's going to happen. Like I said, this is Kentucky. It's not the smoothest track. It is a track you actually have to drive. You have to have strategy, and the tires will fall off. So, and we saw a couple of guys get up in the wall. So we do have a potential for disaster tonight as well for some of these guys. So it's not all going to be fun and roses here as the pace car goes off.
They're getting ready to get going here, and we may have a new member joining us in the booth here shortly, but we're getting ready to go racing now. And they're off. Go ahead, take her, Jay.
And a race down in the turn number 1. Devin Zimmerman is holding that inside line. That 99 machine of Ryan Shelton on the outside. There you got Gaiman just falling back just a little bit, but I'm sure these guys are going to take it easy the first couple of laps. Get these tire pressures built up, get them some heat built on the tires, that way they stick a little bit more. And there's Joseph Causey in the 4th spot. He's now up to 3rd, and he's going to be looking to press up underneath of Zimmerman. And we know Zimmerman and Causey, even though they race each other hard, and you can just see him just pushing them. It was a little bit early, I think, for that, but
he's really pushing him up towards that, trying to keep him ahead. Now, what's happening here is Ethan Thompson has the outside line. That outside line is the better line as far as the tires go. The longer you run it down low, the more you're going to tear up those tires.
Yeah, we're definitely going to start seeing that 2nd and 3rd lane come in, and I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these guys move up next to that wall and start taking that higher line just to save tires as a tire wears off. But you see Zimmerman starting to fade a little bit, but that's nothing new. He does usually start up front, does fade a little bit, but he's always there at the end. But you got Andrew Bisnet right behind Zimmerman right now. But you got Ryan Shelton, Joseph Causey just kind of riding right now, just putting some laps down. Zimmerman's falling back just a hair, but he may be saving his tires, saving his equipment. We'll have to watch and see how this all plays out here in a few laps as we got 4 of 85 down.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Now, I've raced a lot with Ryan Shelton. I know he's a very smart driver and knows the tracks and knows kind of where the tire saving lines are, and he will save some. But from what I'm seeing now, he's running real low through the corners. He is exiting high, but again, that low side is the side that's going to chew the tires up. And if they go on a long green flag run, that's could potentially mess him up. You see Andy Bisnet that's back there, and he is definitely taking that high line all the way around.
Yeah, Bisnet moved up, and I believe that's, like you said, it's an effort to save tire and tire wear.
Make me a liar now.
No, but if you run a few laps up there, you can actually pull down your tires. If you run down that bottom, you're definitely going to get those tires heated as they scrub that track. And then you can get a run for 1 or 2 laps. So maybe he was just up there finding a line, maybe seeing if the outside is a little bit quicker at the present moment too.
See him working the outside against Zimmerman there, and a little bit surprised to see Zimmerman back there. But again, he has been around in every race and knows that these races can go a long way. Green, as we do have a lead change. Joseph Causey has taken the lead from Ryan Shelton.
Yeah, Causey works his way up, and we saw him get a little bit faster on that start as he was pushing Zimmerman, trying to push him up underneath of Shelton there to begin with, but he might have pushed him a little bit too hard. Zimmerman kind of didn't feel comfortable and fell back Just trying to save his equipment, make it to the end. You can't win it on the first lap, but last lap is where you want to be at. But Causey is back in that spot where he's been for most of the races that we've seen him in. He's in that front spot leading the way. But you got Shelton right there who's not giving up either.
No, Shelton's going to push, and he will continue to push Causey and force Causey, if he wants to remain in the lead, to run hard.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing right now. He's just putting about 2 car lengths, but you can just see him. Usually, last couple of laps, it seems like he gets that run, and he might have just backed off. But there's that run that he gets coming out, and then he'll come it down and push him down that front straightaway, and he'll take away that outside line. But if he can get up to him, he can take away that outside and force Causey to the bottom, try and use up his equipment more, and that's going to be a benefit to the end.
Absolutely. Because they're all kind of running in single file, and they're all running that low line, so maybe my whole strategy is just blowing out the window.
No, I don't think so. It's still, well, it's only 9. So you're 9, so 10. By lap 15, 20, you'll start to, definitely start to see some of that tire wear off. They qualified at a 30 in the mid 30s. Now they're running 31.67. So the tire wear is starting to wear off, as you see. Just a little over a second drop off already within 10 laps. So I think your tire strategy should play out. It's going to be a matter of tire strategy, who's going to take what, but you're definitely going to take 4 if something should happen around any pit stop.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously, the longer you go, the more fuel you need to fill. Might as well take the 4 tires then.
Yeah, and that's something that everybody's looking forward to. Is you got and put 11 down now. That shot it every time, and I think Ryan Shelton's going through that front wall, but he just hides himself up in that. It's really hot coming off in the turn number 1. But our 4th place position of Jeremy Gaiman fell back to 6, and he's battling now with Ethan Thompson, as he's been, for the past few laps, he's been trying to look underneath of Ethan, as he kind of fell back from the start. So it looks like they're maintaining, but now he's fading back a little bit, so his tires might be wearing off as well. So just have to kind of keep an eye on that battle, because that would be for potentially 2nd and 3rd position in the points.
Yeah, that's a key battle right there in the points. Is see Gaiman swinging underneath. Ethan's going to hold him down there, and that's one is not letting Jeremy get the run off the corner. But 2, by holding them down there, obviously that whole thing we're talking about with the tires, the longer you're down on the bottom of the track, the more tire wear you're going to incur.
Oh yeah, and I'm surprised these guys are holding it down that long. So by the time somebody just
was that Zimmerman? Zimmerman is a little bit squirrely. I think he had a little brush with the wall there.
Yeah, it looked like Zimmerman just came up and got maybe a little tight. Oh, we got somebody upside down. Chuck McDonald takes a ride. So we got our first caution at lap 14 is Chuck McDonald. Oh, he gets up into, man, did he take a ride. I think that killed his virtual soul. We'll have to check him out and make sure that he's okay from the Impact Care Center. Wow, that was a hit. That was one heck of a run. Wow. As you see, the 15 of Michael Green, and then the 21, I believe, Paul Fosberg.
And Ethan Thompson, under caution, has got into Gaiman.
Oh, no. Well, now that's, that's odd. I wonder if Ethan Thompson maybe had to check up. And
Jeremy lost it a little, and a little neck code.
Yeah, a little bit. That's a weird incident. Well,
I mean,
the
Jeremy,
good news is
Jeremy
they do have
just
a
for
quick
whatever
repair.
reason here, he starts to lose it. Neck codes him. And Ethan is hot. He's gotta be hot. So we take a look at Chuck McDonald without a hood.
Yeah, that was one heck of a ride that Chuck McDonald took going down.
Absolute lick.
And I believe it was he just got caught up and just ran over, and that just sent him flying. As there's Vosberg coming down for his pit stop. Everybody's going to, like I said, every chance they're going to get, they're definitely going to take tires and fuel. So
So
15 of
so
85, everything off the road.
here's a fun story while we have a second and we're under caution. So I was for those who can't see it, I have camera selectors that I can use, and one of them is to go to the previous crash so we can view it on a replay. Well, we saw Devin Zimmerman, which we thought may have hit the wall. I hit previous crash to see if he hit the wall, and I just happened to catch Chuck's wreck live.
That was very proficient. Very proficient up there in the booth, or up in the camera department.
I was a little surprised when it happened because I'm like, oh, they're wrecking. Not the wreck I was looking for.
Right? So, yeah, that was definitely something to watch. I'm telling you that. And we were just talking about that. That's a points battle. That potential points battle coming down the end of the season. So if Jeremy can gain positions and Thompson falls back, then Jeremy's going to tighten up that points battle. Maybe in something at Bristol. And we're good to go.
We're gonna have to ask Jeremy there what happened and why he just happened to lose it. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, it looked like he locked up the tires though.
Yeah. I almost think he was wanted to go to the pits, but it was closed still. I don't know what actually happened.
We
We'll have to have a convo with him later about that.
Yeah, mark that on the calendar.
Yeah.
Things to discuss. All right. Is he rolling down the
Jeremy,
back stretch?
Why did you wreck the guy in front of you in points? Under caution.
Right? No, it looked like he was just squirreling coming up, so I'm sure he had too much speed and just locked them brakes and was just trying to hold it down. But the net code, I thought he had enough room to clear it, but net code clearly was very
yeah.
Put a little bit wider. What do you put it? What do you call it? A little box around these cars? So
yes.
Hope don't happen when they're actually racing, because if somebody gets up underneath of somebody, that could be potentially bad as the pace car dives down on the pit lane now.
Going back to lead them.
Back underway as Causey gets a good jump coming down. Ryan almost looked like he got caught sleeping there. So Causey jumps out. Shelton falls back to just about 3 car lengths behind that. Devin Zimmerman is right there looking behind Ryan.
Says taking off. He shot out of a cannon here.
Yeah, it's like he caught the rest of the guys sleeping. I'm not sure what they were looking at, but they obviously weren't looking at Causey when he hit the gas. That's for sure.
Go on the leader, not on the green.
Right? But Ryan is catching back up, so he's going to pressure him again. So that was a good little run, but that's leaving Devin Zimmerman really didn't get too much of a run there. He's just kind of letting Sheldon run up there after Causey. So Causey's going to...
It's just out there, but Ethan Thompson is moving up. It just passed his net as Jeremy Gaiman still continues to struggle.
Yeah, I think it might be a product of that track. As you see Ethan Thompson, who was involved in that last run there, he's currently running in 4th, so he did move up. He advanced his position a little bit after that, so I'm sure he got his quick repair. Everybody's kind of like a reset. Let's hope that nothing else happens like that for the rest of the race, and he can move back up and maintain that points position. Sheldon really likes to go high and dive it down in that turn 1, whereas Causey likes to hold that bottom to middle line.
Yeah, that's definitely 2 distinct different lines that they're taking here. I just have to wait and see what's going to pan out the best in the long run. Although we did see quite an early caution, I would say, as far as these guys go. That was an early caution.
Yeah, Yeah, that was definitely an earlier caution. We've seen them go um, full races without caution. So most of the time it happens in the latter part of the race. They like to take their time and work their way to the front. And then within the last, like when it's time to get racy, that's when, accidents do happen out there.
Right.
I was to see Causey just leading that. I said, look like Ethan Thompson's trying to get underneath Devin Zimmerman right now in that battle for third spot. I saw that. There they are as he goes down. It looks like Ethan Thompson may take it.
Sorry, Jay, I'm not near the camera selector.
That's okay. That's all right. No, I'm watching. I'm watching from the background here. I just see in the background that it looked like Ethan Thompson got underneath of Devin Zimmerman there. So
I had to
but
go.
no,
I had to go to the hot dog stand.
that's all right. I hope you brought back, ketchup, relish, mustard, onion. Did you get a Chicago dog?
You know what I got?
Kentucky dog.
No, I got chicken.
Oh my goodness. I can't sing tonight. I'm very sorry. I don't want to destroy anybody's ears. But I will try. Just for you, Andy, I'll try.
I appreciate it.
There are chickens in the trees and they got them weak knees. There are chickens in the trees. Won't you listen to me, please? There are chickens in the trees and they got them weak knees. There are chickens in the trees. Won't you listen to me, please?
I think you did a wonderful job with a cold.
Thank you.
Couldn't have done it any better myself without a cold.
You were just missing it. I know it got stuck in your head as you were. I know you were singing it on your trip.
I was. I mean, I did. I definitely missed it. And real quick, I want to give a shout out. I know we got a lot of people watching tonight. Hit us up in the chat. Say hello. Introduce yourself if you haven't already. I know I talked to some new people today, and I invited them to come watch these vets and first responders do their thing and do what they like inside their own brotherhood. So if you're out there, hit the chat, say hello, hit subscribe, hit the notifications, so that you know when we go live again.
That's right. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell button. If you hit that bell button, then it'll let you know when we go live. So you won't miss any of the racing action and hear a few things that we do and don't do up here. And we love talking to everybody out there in YouTube land.
Absolutely.
And I believe,
Robert Cochran said go 90. I don't understand how these, I can't text and driving down the highway. How are these guys texting and driving a race car?
I don't know. I think they got it maybe on voice chat, where like voice chat, all you gotta do is just talk into it and it pulls it up, and they don't have to do anything. So.
And your brother Jim, he did his song. Somebody said his magic word, and he sang his song in the chat for everybody.
That's right. Stryker made a comment out to him, and Jim is our race control tonight, and he did a great job there trying to get these guys sorted out. We working around. Lap 27 of 85, so not quite the halfway yet. And you still got Causey out front, but Shelton is not letting him get past. I mean, he is just pressuring him from the green flag in that last.
He is pushing them, and they are pulling away. As you see, Ethan Thompson did complete that pass for third position, but they're just pulling away from the rest of the field too.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see if indeed Thompson and Zimmerman will be able to catch back up to them as the tires wear off. So if they're playing like a strategy where they're just taking it easy and letting these guys really race it out, and if this thing goes long or green flag for a while, those tires are going to fall off, and it could be possible that Ethan Thompson and Devin Zimmerman may be right there and catch up to these guys later on in this run.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Devin has proven all year long that he's a long-run driver. So the longer it goes green, the better he gets. Every race, he's proven that.
And never count him out, because I believe it was the Pocono when it looked like Causey had this thing wrapped up, and then it was that late lap caution, and then there was Zimmerman right at the end. So you can never count him out, no matter how far he is down out of these things. So it's Going to be interesting to see as laps roll down here. We're up at 30 of 85. There's still a long way to go. We got 55 laps left in this event, so I'm sure everybody's taking it a little bit easy. As you look at that gap in between the leaders and that second pack there with Ethan Thompson coming now. So it's just about a half a straightaway right now.
Yes, about a half straightaway. But it's they're still kind of pulling away, kind of seems. As we see the U.S. Army running along with Joseph Causey tonight. And Whoop. I'm not sure what Whoop is.
I have a feeling I know what Whoop is, but we can't say that on air. This is a TDR-friendly family event, so I'm pretty sure Whoop is something that, we'll have to kind of keep that on the low, so we'll just say it's, I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
Civil Air Patrol for Ethan Thompson. And I think that's what he is involved in. He's explained it to me. I don't know what it is. They work with the Air Force somehow, some way. But I believe that's what he's involved in. And for those of you who don't know Ethan is also a quadriplegic. He drives with hand controls.
Yes, and
so
he does a very, very wonderful job at that. I think he can drive some of the people who have the hand controls.
Yeah,
or who don't have the hand controls and steering wheel. So he's a very good driver.
He beats me 90% of the time. Air Force Gaming, Devin Zimmerman, who is Air Force Gaming is part. I was corrected. That's not part of his job, but is part of what he does.
You can kind of consider like an after-school activity for the Air Force.
Yeah, that's what it could be considered. But that's Devin. We appreciate him riding along with TDR and Air Force Gaming, and continuing to bring some of his Air Force brotherhood to our league here.
Absolutely, and Jeremy Gaiman in that U.S. Army, olive green. We've come to know him for driving this series, and he's an Army veteran, so we thank him for his service. And he is also the one that holds up this league, so we appreciate everything that he does to bring out the vets together and maintain. So I'm sure he's very proud. I believe this is his 4th season doing this, and it's grown and it's expanded, and he's doing a wonderful job. So we thank him for his service and everything that he does for TDR back charities and everything that he does to keep these guys together and keep this league going.
Absolutely. And we got Robert Cochran, U.S. Navy, Aviation Structural Mechanic. That's a lot to say.
And I'm assuming that's what he did when he was in the Navy?
So, I do think so. He was some sort of... but I would guess he's working on airplanes with the Navy, it seems.
So far we've seen Air Force, Army, Navy. I don't see a Marine out there.
Well, the Marines are part of the Navy, so I guess maybe you say that. I don't know.
Or the Space Force. It would be wonderful to see one of the guys in the Space Force come out and join us.
Now, this one here, we're going to take a peek, I think. Yes, Canadian. We have a Canadian military member.
That's right. So you don't have to be from the United States. It could be any vet from any service worldwide. We'll be more than happy to take you in this league. So you can come out and join us, and we'd love to see you out here.
So he was, Chuck McDonald was part of the Canadian Armed Forces. I'm not exactly sure what branch or what his symbol is. It kind of looks like maybe a anchor there, so maybe something like the Navy. But we'll have to have a chat with him and see what exactly his role and what he did is.
I believe it's a Royal Naval Academy. Okay. So that's what it looks like from here. I see the crown on top, and then you got the Naval seal underneath. So it's probably the Royal Naval, something to do with them. The Royal
glad
Navy.
You're smarter than me on this. We've got Brad Hunt. He's running a Nowski Nation car. I think we should just kick him out now.
I don't think he got the memo. I don't think he got the memo that wasn't allowed in this suit. No.
It's kind of a really cool paint job, though. I'm kind of digging it. And we
Bradley
think,
Hunt was running. He was running the Dallas Cowboys, and I believe ever since they kind of lost to the 49ers, he gave up that and went back to another paint scheme. So,
yeah, that's a neat paint, though.
and he's running a two. He's running a double no right now. He's running your number there, Andy. He's running that
Oh
number
my
7.
goodness, he's running my 7 on top of that. And he's got a Ryko on there instead of a McConey. He's got it all wrong. All wrong right now. Just don't know what his thought process is. Let's see, who have we not talked to or seen yet? We've got the Texan of Michael Green.
And that usual Texas car that we've seen him, he hasn't changed his paint scheme at all. He's definitely Texas all the way. They say everything's big in Texas, so he needs to pull out a big one here and get back up in the front. There's a newcomer, Paul Vosberg. And he's running the... Paul Vosberg is very new to us. He was only, I think this is his second race with us, so he's a newcomer.
Yeah, and he's been very active in TDR, and we appreciate that. As Jessica, I believe that's Jessica Gaiman, has chimed in on the chat. Thanks for calling out Jeremy. He hates it when I do it.
Not a problem. We're glad to give all these guys, they come out, they do a lot for everybody, the first responders, and they put themselves in danger, and we're more than happy to let everybody know, and this is what this is all about. So we're glad to go through the field, and everybody deserves some recognition for everything that they've done for us.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
As we head back to our leaders, there's not been a lead change yet. The two are still way out front.
Yeah, they increased their lead halfway to 2.5 seconds over Ethan Thompson and Devin Zimmerman, and looks like Ethan and Devin kind of racing together there. And as I see on our board, we got Devin Zimmerman is fighting Ethan Thompson now for that position. So those two are battling it back and forth. So they got a side-by-side battle going.
And here could possibly be what I was talking about. The Devin Zimmerman, over a long run, he sits back, he saves, and then he just makes his way towards the front. Now he's gotten himself pretty far back here as we have just crossed the halfway point, really, of this race. I'm assuming we're going to have another pit stop for fuel and tires at some point. But here you do see him starting to make his way in that direction after taking over that position from Ethan. He is starting to pull away.
And it's been lap 15 when they went down to the first caution. So we're looking at about almost 20 laps of green flag racing. So here, that's where it's about his sweet spot there. So now he's going to start and getting that deficit for sure coming down.
Absolutely. I'm going to do one thing real quick is take a look at Brad Hunt again. This will be the last time you do see him in the Vet Series, as he has told Race Control that he is running Pudge's number because I'm going to lose mine.
Wow. Okay, well, Bradley, that was a bold move. All right, well, that ought to be something to watch then. So if you're all aren't too familiar with that, the Nowski and TDR have a bet going on that I believe you can take it over from here, Andy, the bet that you have with
yeah, so during the TDR versus Nowski Native Series, which runs every other Friday night at 10 p.m. here on Back Sports. Pujanowski and myself, as the two captains, have put a bet on the line because we both run the number 7. So the bet is for the number 7 this season. There are 2 races remaining. They have kicked our rear ends the last 2 weeks. We had a real comfortable lead in the points. They have taken it over. They are up by 50 points. We head to Michigan this Friday night in super late models, and then we'll finish it out with trucks, Gander trucks at Daytona. But the bet is for the number 7. So Brad is not running the number 7 for himself, and I'm sure that's a custom number of Pudge's. Has the number 7 on there.
So he's just trying to rub it in. And I believe we have a guest that just joined us up in the booth. He got back from his pool tournament, pool night. So, Dustin, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, not too bad. We had a little problem with scoring. We had to get figured out, so it was a little longer than I anticipated, but we got it sorted out. Looks like you guys have been watching a pretty good race.
Yeah, it's been a really good race. You know, you got these two that have kind of really opened up their lead. But it's been clean. We've had one caution, and you know, it's spectacular caution at that. But just one little caution.
So I see Andrew Biznett shows up on the pit. So these guys are taking their second pit stops right now.
Yeah, it looks like we are going
Biznett
through pits at the moment. Let's start seeing guys end up being a lap down. Brad Hunt's just a lap down because he's just slow. I mean, I guess he's opened up that can of worms now.
Right? As Ethan Thompson comes out, here comes Causey's going to come down and... Oh no! Shelton spins going into the pit. Oh, that's going to hurt him because he's not going to be able to come out with Causey. If Causey gets a good stop, and depending on what they're going to do, that's going to shake things up at the front. So Causey could definitely bring something out.
You wonder if he got a black flag on that, too, because if he spun it that bad, he was way over speed and locked her up.
Man, that's definitely going to hurt him for sure. Ethan Thompson came in, so he's a lap out on fresher tires, so this could definitely shake things up. Zimmerman comes down for his pit now as he gets woed up, and Zimmerman's been known to lock him up too and have a couple of issues on pit road, so I don't know. Dustin, what are your thoughts out there? I mean, have you ever raced there at Kentucky?
A few races. I don't know if you guys are covering the tire wear and all that. It is there.
Yeah, we've already covered that.
Kentucky is a different animal. I mean, it's always a fun track to drive by far, but there are bumps out there, and it's always fun to race. I don't know if he would have crossed the commitment line to speed. I guess would be the question I had when Zimmerman spun it out there. I don't know if he got quite past the commitment line or not, or the pit line or not, the speed.
Yeah, and that's going to be something to watch, because a lot of these guys, they do have they have a lot of room to get down, but as we saw Shelton, he just overlocked it, tried to get as much as he could out of it, and ended up spinning it. So it's going to be curious to see how this all shakes out over the next few laps here. We got 31 to go.
Green flag pit stops always put a shake in the field, that's for sure.
So right now it looks like Robert Cochran, who's in the pits right now. Paul Vosberg didn't pit yet. I'm sure he's going to be coming down for his. That should put Causey back up to the front after all this is all said and done. And then if you look on your ticker there, it looks like when it all shakes out, Ethan Thompson and Devin Zimmerman moved ahead of Ryan Shelton to battle second and third, but they're about 3 seconds behind right now. So 30 to go.
Paul is the current leader, but he's got to be coming in here shortly, I would say.
Yeah, he's been out there. I think he's the last one to pit. Everybody else did pit. So he's going to get ran over here soon if he doesn't get to pit road. So curious to see how long he's going to stay out there. But Causey's only 2.5, 3 seconds behind. So I didn't see Vosberg on a pit.
Yeah, he's going pretty long, though. Is he ducking in now?
No, he's just slower, and there's that tire wear because you see Biznek get by with the faster tires. So, he must have been a lap down, got his lap back. Maybe trying
And
to
here
hope for a
comes Causey, just
Yeah, Causey's just
barreling down on him.
You're gonna blow by him going on the backstretch, and that's just that tire wear. So you can see that's pretty much the fall off of those tires right now. So I would imagine that Paul would definitely come back in, but Causey's definitely going to take over the top spot. Regardless right now because he just got around Paul. Come down 28 to go.
I'm curious as to that strategy to stay out after everybody pits. Once you start seeing people pit, you got to start making that call to come in very shortly, especially on a track that is known for tire wear, because those new tires mean so much that you will see what exactly happened to Paul is what'll happen.
Yeah, and I believe that he was a lap down. He got his lap back. I think he was just holding out and see if anything was going to happen.
Yeah, you hope and pray. You hope and pray for that caution.
Yeah.
Is one school of thought there, but
that's his strategy, and it didn't play out for him right now. So he's probably going to go 2 laps down by the time it's all said and done. As Causey's just rolling through this field now. He's got a almost 4 3/4 second, 5-second lead over Ethan Thompson. Paul still hasn't pitted though. He's still showing in the 3rd spot, about 6 seconds behind. So I'm not sure what he's thinking out there. These guys just rolling by him. So maybe he's still on the lead lap. So maybe he's just hoping for another caution. 25 to go, because the worst he would finish would be 8th if he could hold off, these guys for 24 more laps. So it might be a strategy. I'm not really sure, but I did not see him pit on. And did you see anything, Dustin, on since you joined?
No, I don't believe he's pitted. I mean, I've played this strategy, and it's not fun getting passed by the fast guys. But you get that caution and stuff, it pays out in the end. But it's hard to tell. I don't know what the fuel runs are here or when that first caution was to even. What lap was that first caution on? Does anybody remember?
15.
So, guessing everybody pitted on that. Maybe some people
Yes,
did.
everybody came down. Everybody came down on the first caution.
And Causey and all these guys could have short pitted. They probably split that last run and, figuring it's going to go green, split it. And, he's probably just trying something. I mean, he's dropped down to 6 now, I think is what I just saw on the ticker go by. So, it's hard to tell what he's thinking in there. I think Paul's fairly new to iRacing, I'm not sure. I've raced with him a few times, and seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, so he probably got a little strategy and see what happens.
And that'll work. But you see Causey here with 22 laps to go. He's pulled out to about 5-second lead, still maintaining 4.5 seconds over Ethan Thompson. Ryan Shelton must have passed Devin Zimmerman for that 3rd spot because he was just showing in 4th a couple seconds ago there. So I'm sure that battle has been working up. So I'm sure Shelton is now looking at the back door of Ethan Thompson, according to the ticker here. So he may be coming back up to the field, and he was pressuring Causey earlier. And now that Causey doesn't have that pressure behind him, he's got room to breathe. He can let his equipment, take it easy here the next.
And where does Causey sit on the points?
Joseph Causey missed the first few races. He's sitting in 5th and coming into this race with 370 points. So he has 74 points to make up to get the points lead. So there's I'm sorry. Yeah, 70 points to get into at least 2nd spot.
Won't make that.
No, not with a small field. Even if our, leaders were to crash out, there's not going to make that much of a gain on that. So, the biggest gainers that are going to come out of this would be Thompson, Gaiman will definitely come up with Sean Wara being out. Causey could pull up within that 4th spot going after tonight with 2 to go. So, I mean, he has a chance to pull up for a podium by the time it's all said and done. And I believe right now, yeah, there's no gap. Ethan Thompson and Ryan Shelton are within 0.3 of a second, so Ryan's definitely pulling up on him on the ticker there. Because I thought I saw look like finally Paul Vosberg came down for his pit stop this time. I thought I saw that in the background there, car jumping down. So
The battle on the track will probably be 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They're all within a couple tenths. You know, I mean, with what was that? Thompson that's coming into pits. Is that right? That's what I.
Shelton. Ryan Shelton was the one that came in. Yeah, Shelton came in and he pulled out. Yeah, I mean, if you look on the ticker, it looks like those guys for 3rd, 4th, and 5th are battling hard.
I mean, it looked like, well, it looks a little.
Because now Shelton's the 2nd. And there's Devin Zimmerman and Ethan Thompson, and Shelton gets around. So Shelton's on the move towards the front. Zimmerman's kind of maintaining ahead of Ethan Thompson where he needs to maintain at. And then they got the lap car of Andrew Bisnet right there in that picture as well. But now Devin's really putting some pressure on Shelton to take back over that 2nd spot. And as they're battling, Causey's just pulling out. He pulled almost a 5.5 second lead, so he's gained another second over these guys battling it out. As you see Zimmerman going underneath of Shelton.
Yeah, this is where the battle's going to take place, and you know, you watch this, and if you're Jeremy Gaiman, you almost wish the 3 of them would bind it up.
Yeah, because that would definitely help out Jeremy for sure with the points.
Thompson's almost looked at that window and said, "Hey, there might be room there to make this thing 3 wide."
Yeah, I've been looking at the last few shots, and Thompson has been measuring the old measure twice, cut once type of deal. He's been measuring these guys up, and I thought he was going to try and cut up the middle, but he thought the better of it and jump back down underneath Zimmerman right now. Maybe he's thinking something's going to happen with those guys. As you see, Shelton goes high, and then he kind of pulls it down a little bit off of that banking, which would have shut the door right on Ethan. So something bad could have happened if I think Ethan would have tried that move coming out of turn number 2 a few laps ago. But now you see Zimmerman pulls out in front. He's got a 2-car length lead, and he's pulling away from Shelton. And that's weird because Shelton, you'd think, would have the fresher tires being on the outside. And Zimmerman would have heated tires.
This is Zimmerman's game here. Here we are towards the middle to the end of a run here, and like I stated before, this is his game. Longer runs, he is strong.
Yeah, he's very strong in the long runs. He saves his equipment pretty well, and it's always fun to watch him race those long runs.
Yeah, as we see him just maintaining right now, and he's battling it out with Ethan Thompson, trying to hold on to 3rd spot. So Ethan needs to get around Shelton for any points that he's going to salvage here with 12 to go. So it's go time now. There's no stops. You got to give everything that you got to get to the end. The only one that's probably not looking forward to getting a caution would be the leader, Joseph Causey. Everybody else, I'm sure, is looking for some sort of relief. Maybe somebody overdriving it and pushing a little bit hard and spinning out and causing that yellow.
I'll take a quick look through the field one more time. Give these guys their due as we need to, because these guys have sacrificed for us, so we want to give them the spotlight tonight.
That's right. You see Andrew Bisnet and Bradley Hunt there, back up front. There's Ethan Thompson in the number 9 Civil Air Patrol machine. We've been watching him battle it out. Jeremy Gaiman, once again. Jeremy right now, I believe, is running in our 5th position. So there's a 15 of Michael Green, that Texas machine. He's 2 laps down at the present moment. There's Paul Valsberg, who tried to stay out, but just, yeah, as long as he could, hoping for that caution. But it's unfortunate, but there's Paul. We thank him for coming out and joining us tonight. Robert Cochran, who's pretty much a staple here with us at TDR and this event. So Robert's looking good out there in 7th position. He's the last car on the lead lap. Let's see, Ryan Shelton. He's been battling out with Devin Zimmerman. We were watching him in that Whoop car. Hey, Dustin, you got any idea what Whoop is?
No idea whatsoever.
Okay, well, we had an idea of what we thought it could be, but it's TDR friendly, so we were just trying to keep it. Thought maybe you might have known.
When you say whoop, I always think of the tag team song Whoop, there it is, I guess.
So
Really come to mind there.
maybe we can't say it on the air, but maybe we can ask the chat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Does anybody out in YouTube land know what Whoop is?
So you take a look at that hood, and it says whoop. So can anybody tell us what whoop is? So if you guess it right, of course we'll never know if you're right. Maybe then we'll give you the possibility, since we don't know if you'll be right or not. Possibility of maybe a TDR Veterans League T-shirt. What do you say?
There you go. And no cheating on YouTube or on Google either, guys. Don't look it up.
So chime on in. Tell us what the whoop is.
Well, 7 to go. Joseph Causey, his lead has shrunk. It was out to about 5.5 seconds. Now it's down to 4, just a little over 4.25 right there. So Zimmerman and Ryan Shelton are getting together, and they are catching them. So we'll see what that is about as they get underneath Michael Green. Chasing down the leader. 6 to go. I don't think they're going to have enough time to get him. I think it's a little bit too late. Although they're down to 3.5. Green goes high, so he needs to keep that off the wall and keep it going straight in order to these. Ethan Thompson fell back a little bit there on that shot.
Yeah, I think Ethan's used his stuff up. Try to keep up with them. Try to find a way around them. I think he's kind of used it up.
And right now, Causey has no need to push his car. He can let that thing roll in through the corners, roll out. 5 to go. 3.5 seconds, as you can see right there. I mean, it's just about 25 car lanes maybe.
Yeah,
A little less than a half a straightaway. He's got plenty of time. Even if he just lets off and lets it roll through those corners, not pushing the car, 4 to go, you should have this one in the bag.
Well, nobody's chimed in. We got quite a few viewers, but nobody's chimed in on what whoop is. So
I did just Google it. We'll see if anybody figures it out.
well, now you just said that, somebody's going to Google it.
Right? Well, we should really bring in the driver of that machine and see if they even know what it is.
Okay. We can do that after we talk to a couple people. A couple people I'd like to talk to tonight. A couple people we haven't talked to before, so
That's what we need to do.
Causey brings it right.
Gotta run.
what's that?
He's going to add to his lead total here and add to his win total tonight with 2 to go. I really don't see anything, barring a couple of guys getting together on this last lap. I don't think anything's going to happen. I think it's going to be Causey's race.
Jessica says, my Alexa doesn't know what whoop stands for.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. Wasn't Causey the one that went on the long run of wins for a little bit there?
Yes, he was.
Yep. Causey he has 5 wins on the season,
White
and this will be
flag.
his
White
6th
flag.
last lap. Causey has got a 4-second lead. The battle is right now is going to be for second and third, as those guys are battling it out back there.
Yeah, about 4 tenths separate second and third right now.
And there's that battle. That's about the closest battle we've got for points right now. Looks like he's going to maintain over Shelton as Causey comes down, takes it across the stripe to get his 6th win on the season. So congratulations, Joseph Causey. Another great performance, outclassed the field. Had great pit stop. I think that's what the separation was. I think it could have been a different story if Shelton didn't spin it going down on the pit road.
Yeah, he drove a great race. Just really all race long. Shelton was running with him for a while, but Shelton had that pit road entrance issue, which didn't allow him to get up there and run with him after the green flag stopped. But Causey just was the class of the field tonight.
As he comes down and gonna burn it down, so it shouldn't take much to get these tires blowed apart here.
Give him a chance to burn it down in the. Hold on a second. You can burn it down in the back charities. Victory Lane.
There you go, back charities victory lane. So
let's
the
get
US
him
car,
dialed up here. If Dustin or Jay can get him dialed up, let's have a chat with our victor tonight.
I can move him, Jay, if you want me to.
All right, let's see if I can get him down here.
I can.
I got him up here. Let's see if we can dial him up. Mr. Causey, Joseph Causey, do you have a read? This is Jay in the booth.
Yes, I do.
Looks like you're having some fun down there burning her down. How'd that feel?
That was great. Freaking man, that was close in the pit stops. If you watched what happened,
yeah.
freaking.
Ryan lost her coming in there, and he had a great battle with you the whole race until that issue there on the pit entrance, and then you kind of walked away from the field after that.
Yeah, freaking. I don't know if Ryan didn't put his brake bias back up. I know I was down to 58% and just to manage 3 and 4, but I put it back up to 64 whenever I was coming in just to make sure I didn't loop it like he did, because I'm notorious for doing that as well.
Well, you ran a great race. Another victory. You've had a lot of these in this series, and as the series starts to wind down, I think we got 2 races remaining.
Yes.
So so far, what's this series meant to you?
It's, how should I say? It's great to come out here. A great group of guys, man. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to cherry pick or anything like that, or trying to pick on the little people. But I won't be able to make this when y'all move times, because I've already signed up for something that's gonna be a little bit bigger. Even Kyle Busch is gonna be in it. So
Well, you
can't
blame me there.
Right there, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you get friendly with Kyle Busch and invite him to come over here and run a race with the vets.
I'll see what I can do. And also have Jeff Green in there as well. So Jeff Green, Kyle Busch. I don't know any more top NASCAR names, but that's 2 I know of that will be there.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on another great victory and another great run. You got any shout outs you wanna put out there before we let you go?
I'd like to thank Devin for making the paint. Thank y'all for putting on the broadcast. And thank thank all the vets, man, for coming out that do come out and put on the race and make the show.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you. We thank you for your service and everything that you've done, and also thank you for putting on a great show for us every Monday night.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Good win, bud.
Thank you.
Get him sorted back out. Couple guys we haven't had a chance to talk to before. New guy Paul Vosberg and also Chuck McDonald. I don't believe we've gotten a chance to talk to him throughout the season. Who we got available?
We got Paul,
Um,
or just Paul available out of them.
No Chuck. Chuck gone. Okay, let's get Paul dialed up in here.
alright. Dustin, are you able to dial up Paul?
I'm not able to move anybody out of drivers on, Jandy. You might have to deal with these. If you can pull them down from there. I don't know why I can't either.
Is Jay not allowed to, able to either?
I can't.
Well,
I can get him out of the. I can bring Paul down now. No, he's moving around. Now he went back up the driver's lounge. He was in race comp 1. I can move him out of the race comps, but I cannot move him out of the driver's lounge.
that is very, very, very strange. Okay. Well, let's see how we can get this fixed for everybody so that we can have a chat.
Once you're doing that, I'm going to give a little preview for next week. We are at the Bristol Motor Speedway, so back to the Great Coliseum down there in Bristol, Tennessee, to watch these guys battle it out as the penultimate event, and then
Good race out there. What was the strategy? You went on a longer pit run than anybody else there. What was your going through your mind there?
So after that wreck, I filled up the fuel and put fresh tires on, but they just dropped off way too quick, and I was just trying to stay out, hoping for that caution to come back out and catch back up, but it didn't work.
So, Paul, was this your first event with the Vets League?
No, my second. I raced last week, and I think it was at the iRacing Speedway. I believe that was last week, and did all right there, but
So
not
so
that
how
great.
how's this how has this league been for you in these short couple races you've been in?
You know, it's I like this league a lot. You know, everybody's respectful. They show it, and they actually are helping everybody out. Like I was following, I think Cochran there for a little bit, and I wasn't gonna pass him because he was on the lead lap, but he was showing me kind of the line coming in to where I needed to be at.
Awesome. Jay, you got anything for Paul?
yeah, well, welcome to the TDR Vets League. I watched you last week at the IR Super Speedway, the iRacing Super Speedway, and you had a strategy out there tonight that was a little bit off, but like I said, you took on fresh tires. What was the tire wear off did you see from your side of things? Because did you fall a lap down and you were just waiting for the caution, or are you just trying to ride it out to see if you could make it to the end?
Yeah, I was waiting for the caution to come out. Hopefully there was going to be one, but I mean, everybody was racing a really good race, and I was hoping somebody besides me was just going to spin out or something, but it just didn't happen. And then after that 15 laps, after that one wreck that I was involved in, tire wear went down drastically. It was about, I think I had 85 on the right front was my lowest, and it was drastic after 15 laps.
Great. Well, congratulations once again for coming out here. We thank you for coming out here, and we thank you for your service, for everything that you do for us. And glad to see you out here, and hopefully we can call your way more towards the front of these races as time goes on and the more experience you get around these guys and the brotherhood. And congratulations once again.
No, thank you guys.
All right, Paul.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Have a great night. Get him sorted back out. Now get our points leader down here. Give me a second to get him dialed up here,
and he pulled out a little bit more points over Ethan Thompson, so he created more of a separation tonight with 2 spots ahead. So it's not going to be much of a gain, but you never know with anything that's been going on these past few races that things could tighten up going into the last 2. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Devin, Andy up in the booth. You got to read on us, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Doing all right, man. bring it home in a P2, maintaining that points lead. 2 races remaining. How you feeling about this championship?
I definitely think that 6 is better than 4. So I had 4 coming in. 6 is good now. Tough race coming up next, Bristol. That's kind of like almost a super speedway. Anything can happen. You can be involved in anything. Really narrow, close quarter racing. So should be fun. But yeah, hopefully we're doing what we did tonight. Put it on pole, and then I just kind of bided my time. And I was like, I'm not really racing. I was like, I want to win, but of course, but I'm racing Ethan right now. So that's the championship. So as long as I finish in front of him, I'm happy.
That's right.
Were you nervous when Causey got up underneath you in the first couple of laps? It looked like he pushed you pretty hard. Like within the first 2 or 3 laps, he was like right on your bumper. Were you a little bit nervous about that? Did he get you squirrely, or did you know it was coming?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. He was trying to push me in front of to get us 2 in front of Shelton there. Pushing me through the trioval, I believe it was. So yeah, he wanted to try and give me a bump, see if we could get past Shelton at the beginning, but yeah, it just wasn't to be. So, and then when Shelton dove in front of me in turn 3 on lap 2, I believe it was, it took the air off the nose. I just felt the front end go light, and I just washed up the track. And as soon as that happened, I told Causey, I was like, "Go, go, go! Just go underneath."
Right.
Because I didn't want to hold him up, and I know he has a fast car, of course, every week. So I was like, maybe they can get up there, they'll battle a little bit, and then I'll just come right back to him. And it looked to be that way right before pit stops. I was getting right back to him, and of course pit stops, and had to do the work over again. I'm not sure what happened to Shelton. He ended up behind me.
He
He
locked
Shelton's
it up
fun.
and spun it entering the pits.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
that brought him back to you, and that opened up the lead for Causey. But that first run, did you feel that you were maybe let it go a little bit too long on conservativeness and just waiting, or were you just trying to? What was your thought process in doing that first run?
No, it was I ran the same everything the whole race, just consistently. So that's it. Yeah, just lightly getting into the turns, using a little brake in 3 and 4, and just to get the car to help it turn. And then I was only maybe running about 75% throttle off the turn until I got the wheel straight, and then I would go back to 100. So just being really light on the gas, being careful not to light up the rears, and also take care of the right front. So that's my game every week, is just take care of tires and let everybody in front of me burn them up. And that's kind of what happened. Shelton and Causey raced a bit. I started catching them back up for the pit stop, and then same with was it Ethan? He got by me, and then he just couldn't hold it on the bottom anymore in 3 and 4. So I just drove right around him. I was like, "Yep, I just let my tires come in, and I'll be faster than everybody. That's fine with me."
Well, they did have a good little battle there going for third, or second, third, and fourth. You guys are passing each other. Got really racy there at the end. So just getting everything that you got.
Oh yeah. So what was it? Shelton was behind me. I know Shelton likes to push. That's just the benefit of racing with these guys for this long now, this deep in the season. We know kind of the tendencies of each other. So I know Shelton pushes very hard. So when he got to me, I was like, I'm gonna let him go. I don't want to race him. Maybe he'll get up there and he'll race Ethan, because Ethan wants to stay in front of me. So I was like, maybe they'll race each other. They'll burn up their tires, and then I'll just go right back around them. And I mean, that's what happened. I mean, unfortunately, it was a little bit of a bump, and Ethan got sideways a bit, but he held it. So, but after that, both of their tires were just gone. So I didn't change anything the whole race. I ran the same line. I ran the same throttle input, brake input, the whole race from beginning to end.
Awesome. Well, you've done a great job so far. 2 races remaining to maintain it. We're going to see how it plays out starting next week. Who you want to give shout outs to tonight?
Oh yeah, so shout out always Air Force Gaming on the hood of the car. All of the secondary sponsors, Boss, Security Automation, what's it? Healthcare Billing, LiftWorks, Hunterdon Anesthesia, Healthcare. Was it? I think I said Healthcare Billing. Um, Ferguson Farms. Man, it's just there's a lot right now, and we're getting more as it goes. Preparing for was it the Big Money League that my team races in? So yeah, they definitely make the world go round for us. Can't do it without them. But man, it's been fun. And was it 2 races? Yeah, 2 races to bring it home.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you got here you got Bristol and then ending up in Atlanta. So,
Yeah,
and
and
I'm sure
I
it's the
love
old configuration.
yeah, and I love Atlanta.
Well, good luck to you. We can't wait to see you next week. And as always, thank you for your service.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you to all of the sponsors for you guys, TDR. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. Yeah, I'll be watching it back after this. I want to see how Causey got so far ahead of me.
All right, buddy. You have a great night.
All right, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
All right, get him settled back where he was, and let's get the trash talker in here real fast.
The trash talker.
I'm gonna move the trash talker. Give me just.
Oh, while we're out there, Brad Hunt and Jim had a little bit of a conversation out there on YouTube, and Jim thanks all our vets, active men in service, and first responders for what you do. Thank you. Ollie wrote in and thank you for all our boys in uniform, for supporting all our boys in uniform. Bradley Hunt came back and said thank you, Jim, and everyone at TDR for doing this and everything y'all do. And I believe Dustin answered Ollie as they asked what game did we use, and it's iRacing.com. It's on the bottom of the screen right there. Underneath the Total Business Solutions logo is iRacing.com. So if you're interested, go ahead and join us and come on out, and we'll be more than happy to take you at TDR. You go to tylerdracing.com, you can see what leagues we run, and you can sign up there.
Brad Hunt, Annie in the boot. Got to read on me.
Yeah, that's a big 10-4, bud.
So let's talk. Let's talk first about why you're running the number 7 there out there, and then we'll talk about the color scheme of your
Alrighty.
car.
So why are you running the number 7?
I just changed it from the Cowboys because football season's over. So I picked up Pudge's paint that he does, and it's the custom number one, so that number sticks on there.
See, Jim threw you under the bus earlier and said you're running the 7 because I'm going to lose it.
Well, no, it's just because you're a loser at racing.
Oh, man.
Get deep
Well,
in
welcome to the booth, Bradley Hunt.
Yeah, welcome to the
I'm ready to do some popcorn and let this fight unfold now.
Welcome to the broadcast. So that's a slick paint scheme. I'll be honest. It's a Pujanowski paint scheme. Pretty darn slick one. I hadn't seen that one before. But let's talk about your race tonight. What did you see out there? What did you feel? You brought it home P7. How was your race tonight?
Kentucky's a wild track. It's not one of my favorites, but I mean, one thing I learned from this track is tire wear is crazy. And I mean, the turns are completely different. 1 and 2, you can go in there full throttle. I mean, you could let off a little bit, but 3 and 4, you got to let off quite a bit or do some trail braking.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of talked about just about the whole broadcast was tire wear is key here. Saving your stuff early, especially in this Vets League where you get a lot of green flag runs, long green flag runs. But it seemed like you were holding your own. Couple battles with some other guys. How'd you feel? The guys were racing around you.
Everyone, like, this is my 3rd race in the league. I mean, everybody's respectable. You know, if they see you get a run, a lot of the times, unless it's for the lead or something, then, I mean, they kind of battle you a little bit, but it's respectfully.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we see you've had the cowboy paint, you've had the Nowski paint. Every time we do the broadcast, we like to go through and look at everybody's paints, and some guys have their branches and service or military service on their cars. Since you do not, would you like to fill everybody in on your service time?
I was in the Army, 13 Bravo, Field Artillery. Stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia. Did 3.5 years, one tour.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, of course, as always, and as we do with all of you guys, we thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service. And putting this on is the least that we could do to thank you for what you guys have done.
It's absolutely. Thank you for your service
Yeah,
and
definitely.
everything that you've done.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Thank
do
y'all
you have
for-
any shout outs tonight, Brad, that you'd like to do before we let you go?
Other than Nowski.
So why don't
He
you?
he
So why
took
don't
the
you?
words right out of my mouth right there.
Yeah. Why, I knew he was going to do a shout out for Nowski, but anybody other than Pudge, and then go ahead and throw up a plug out there for Pudge for other people who may not know who or what he is.
So Pujanowski, he had a page. It got hacked. So he's a streamer on Facebook, and it got hacked. He lost everything, all the followers, and well, there was a few of us that were part of the team, and he kept in contact with us, and then he started up Nowski Vision, which is his new page. If y'all want, go follow him on there. He's a God-loving man. Apparently, somebody that was on his stream before found that offensive for some reason.
Yeah, so positive
But
attitude, right? And that's kind of what we try and breed here at TDR too. It's just a positive, friendly atmosphere. But yeah, so you find him where now? Nowski Vision.
yeah, Nowski Vision on Facebook.
So
He doesn't
everybody,
do much.
go follow that page. Check him out when he's streaming because very very positive, positive man. Like Brad said, a God following man. Says a prayer at the end of every stream, right?
Yes, he does.
So, and Brad is a proud member of that group as well as their team that we will be racing at Michigan on Friday night. So, Brad, you need to get some sleep and rest up before I wreck you on Friday.
Unfortunately, I won't be there Friday.
Oh, darn it. Who am I going to wreck now? I guess it's the weapon.
Unless the weapon takes you out first.
Yeah. Well,
Trust me,
as always, Brad, we do
I got a
thank
feeling
you.
the weapon's going to be in front of you. So
Yeah, probably. But, we thank you for your service as always. And any last shout outs before we let you go?
Just to you guys for what y'all do, all the leagues that y'all put on, the time and contribution that you put forth for TDR, BACC charities. I mean, a lot of the leagues are awesome. I see good car counts, different kinds of leagues. I'm actually in 2 of them.
I believe you've signed up for the Iconic series.
Yes, so make that 3. Which I won't make all of the Iconic series due to live racing schedules and
But who doesn't want to run the Daytona 500? Right?
Yeah,
Or the Indy 500.
I'll try to make that one.
Oh, you gonna miss the Daytona?
Well, because at the track that I work at, we're running the 26th at night, and then I stay the night at my fiance's, and because she's close to the track, I'd have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to try to get back over here.
Just take your rig to the fiance's house.
Their internet's not that fast.
Sounds like the fiance needs to get, or you need to get moving on the marriage so she can move to your house.
I mean, right now I'm in a 1 apartment. We're looking at houses, so It's a work in progress.
Well, good
One
luck
step
to
at a time. One step at a time.
Yep, exactly.
Well, good
So you
luck to
said
you,
you work
Brad.
at a
We appreciate your service as always, and we'll catch you soon, and we'll see you on the track very shortly.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
have a good night, Brad.
Night.
And
But
I'll get him moved back to where he belongs. And
those of you that aren't too familiar, I'm sure most of you are, but those that are new to this, TDR and Pudjanowski, we're very similar in the way that we run things, and that's how this whole rivalry came about in between TDR and Nowski, which league was better. But overall, it's been a very good series. It's been a very fun series, and if you'd like to come out and watch what it's all about, you can come out on Friday night. There's going to be a for Michigan, so join us out back on YouTube here at Back Sports on the YouTube channel and catch all the action and see two relatively clean, awesome leagues like you saw tonight battle it out in a team event where the positions don't matter except for when it's passing the other team, not individually. So
everybody counts. Every car counts for points, but you count for your specific team. So yeah, it's team racing. It's pass the other team, not your teammate. So
that's right.
um,
So who else we got coming down here to join us tonight, Andy?
Oh, I don't know. Who would you like to? You tell me who
We
you'd
have
like
nobody
to
coming down, and we can
get
wrap
it.
this up this
We can,
evening if you'd like.
yeah, like we could wrap it up and let everybody get some rest and get back here Friday night at I believe go live is probably about somewhere around 10:15, I would say. Don't know who your announcers will be for the evening. Hopefully, it's not Jay by himself.
We'll be here. I will be here.
So
And before we go out, I'm just going to give one final count or rundown on the field tonight. So Joseph Causey with the win. Congratulations. Devin Zimmerman second. He maintains that points battle, pulls it out a little bit. Ryan Shelton third. Ethan Thompson had one heck of a run, brought it home fourth, but he needs a little bit of work to get through. But it's going to tighten up in between Jeremy Gaiman, who brought it home fifth. Sixth was Robert Cochran. Seventh was Bradley Hunt. Eighth, Andrew Bisnet. Ninth, Michael Green. 10th, Paul Vosberg. And 11th, Chuck McDonald, after he had that crunch in the very beginning. I hope his virtual soul is healing, and he'll be ready to go next week for Bristol.
Absolutely. And I again would like to thank everybody out there watching. Great crowd tonight on the YouTube. Thank you for everybody who chimed in on the chat. Appreciate you. We always like to get that chat started and talk to you guys that are tuning in. Thanks for Jay. Jay has done a phenomenal job these last couple weeks. A couple races he's had to do by himself. He's done a great job holding things down. So as always, I want to thank Jay for what he does and what he'll continue to do, and Dustin for coming in and joining us after he had his pool tournament or whatever he does on Monday nights to give us some more insight on the track.
Actually, Andy, before we go, is Ryan Shelton still available? Or did he pack up his hauler?
Ryan packed up his hauler.
Yeah, he was. He was available, but he had turned his radio off, so I couldn't get into him.
Because we never found out what whoop was.
That's right. We still don't know what whoop was. So everybody tune in Friday night and tell us what whoop is. We'll still got a T-shirt out there for somebody who wants to let us know what whoop is.
I know.
Other than Dustin.
Dustin.
I won't look it up because I want the YouTube to tell us.
Right. I'll be there just for moral support when it comes down to the right answer.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to get with Ryan maybe next week and ask him about that. But again, thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Jay. Thank you to everybody out there watching. Tune in Friday night, TDR versus Nowski Nation at 10:15. And until then, I got to get things moved around. Until then, whoops. Oh boy, it's broken now.
Broke to it?
I
We
broke
broke
it.
it in it.
I broke
We
it.
broke
Did
it in it.
Oh boy, so bad. Okay.
Bradley Hunt chimed in and said, "It's what Nowski is gonna give y'all a giant can of whoop." So Brad Hunt is in the running for the whoop. So
Okay.
thank you, Brad.
We'll have to find out. And again, one more time, I'll try this. Thank you to Jay. Thank you to Dustin. Thank you to everybody out there tuning in. And until Friday at 10:15, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know
Not good.
what was actually going on there. I'm guessing Jay had the same thing I could. I could move people out of race counts, but I can't move people out of the driver's lounge.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
was
weird.
doing the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know if Paul was moving around on his own or somebody was moving around, but he finally got in race comp 1, so I grabbed him and brought him down here.
Right.
That's weird.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I don't
no,
know.
thanks for joining us, Dustin. Man, that was awesome.
Well, I did find out